Hey, I had a chance to check out Mark's version of Windy and Warm. Of course, originally put together by Chet Atkins and then all kinds of people, Doc Watson and stuff. And Mark, great job. You're getting really clean tone out of all the notes, so your right hand is really sounding good. I got a few little suggestions that I think will, and again, your video, this is a long time ago that you put this up, so you may have already worked on a few of these things, but the one thing I'd like to see is your right hand just a little looser. It's very stiff. I'd like to see just a little more motion with it. That'll give a little bit more accent to some of the notes. So if you could just lighten up your right hand a little bit and let it move a little bit more instead of being quite so locked. The biggest thing though is need to have a little bit of swing time in the song. Listen to the difference. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Here it is without any swing. That wasn't even very good. Here it is with the swing that I'm trying to get. You need the beats to be going not equal. The eighth notes have to be limping. That run's a good place. Instead of, that's what it sounds like straight. Here it is with swing. Here it is straight. Kind of a subtle difference, but really got to get that swing happening in there. And speaking of that run, it'll come out a little smoother and a little slicker if you make sure to hammer on that last note instead of botching it like that. So the pinch in there on at the end is not as cool as making sure that you get that hammer on in there. One other little thing, watch out for the bass notes when you come up to the second part. You're doing a great job alternating down to the sixth string on the third beat, but sometimes on the next measure you stay on the sixth string. So I thought I heard this. And every two measures, I think you started again with the A and the bass. That's not, we want to try to get on the first beat of each measure of a chord, you got to get back to the root. Here. And it's really easy to overlook that. I've mentioned in one of the other responses that sometimes it's easy to ignore a bass note if it's as long as it's in tune with the chord. Or miss a bass note because it doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't sound as good as getting especially the root in the bass on the first beat of the measure. Really liked the little creative additions you had, playing the whole second section in the lower octave. That was cool. I liked your little up the neck. Whatever happened up there, I can't remember exactly now, but you had a nice little addition there. Love the tag at the end. So all the little creative things you did in that song were fantastic. So I'd like to hear an updated one, because again, I know from the time I'm doing this was many months ago, so I don't know if you've done one more recently. As you guys have probably figured out, I'm just catching up from many months of doing too many other things to get to be on top of all the uploaded videos, but keep them rolling, because I'm trying to get now back to them as quickly as I can.